Liverpool's slump hits rock bottom. Can they bounce back tonight? Imagine the roar of Anfield falling silent amid a string of disappointing results. It's a nightmare for fans, and as Liverpool prepare to face Brighton and Hove Albion, the stakes couldn't be higher. But here's where it gets controversial. Is this the moment Brighton capitalises on Liverpool's vulnerabilities, or will a familiar hero ignite a comeback? Stick around for live updates on this gripping Premier League clash, where everything could change in the blink of an eye. ESPN has you covered every step of the way. Photo credit: Paul Ellis, AFP via Getty Images. Authored by Ardachin Narayan. December 13, 2025, at 6:42 a.m. Eastern Time. Welcome to the heart of English football action. Liverpool are hosting Brighton and Hove Albion at the iconic Anfield Stadium, and they're desperately chasing their first victory in what has stretched to 3 Premier League matches. To put that into perspective for newcomers to the sport, imagine a top team that's usually dominating but lately stumbling. It's like watching a champion boxer who can't find their rhythm, and tonight's game could be the knockout blow or the turning point. Let's break down Liverpool's recent form to make it crystal clear. In their last 5 Premier League outings, they've secured just 1 win, suffered 2 losses, and settled for 2 draws. The lone victory came against West Ham United, following an earlier 2-0 triumph over Aston Villa back at Anfield in early November. It's a rough patch, and for fans who might not be deep into football stats, think of it as a team that's firing on fewer cylinders, missing that spark that usually lights up the league. But there's a glimmer of hope on the horizon. The big buzz this weekend revolves around the return of star forward Mohamed Salah to the squad. He set out the midweek UEFA Champions League trip to Italy, where Liverpool managed a disciplined 1-0 win over Inter Milan. To help beginners grasp this, the Champions League is Europe's elite club competition, like the Super Bowl of soccer, and Liverpool's performance there was solid, professional and tough to break down, even if they didn't flood the opposition with scoring opportunities. Coach Arne Slot made a tactical tweak that paid off, shifting to a diamond formation in midfield, which basically means arranging players in a diamond shape to clog up the middle of the field and make it harder for the other team to pass through. Yet, there's a lingering issue up front with the partnership between Alexander Isak and Hugo Ekitike. They haven't quite gelled, and for those new to the game, this means their chemistry on the attack hasn't clicked yet, leading to fewer clear chances. Isak is uncertain for today's match due to injury doubts, so Salah might slot right into the starting lineup, especially with Gakpo sidelined by his own injury. On top of that, Connor Bradley is serving a suspension, like a timeout penalty for a rule-breaking foul, meaning Joe Gomez is expected to hold down the right-back position again. And this is the part most people miss. These lineup changes could be the key to unlocking Liverpool's potential, or they might expose more cracks in their defence. Now, turning the spotlight to Brighton, they're currently sitting 2 places ahead of Liverpool in the table but tied on points, with only a small difference in goal difference keeping them apart. For those unfamiliar with league standings, goal difference is a tiebreaker that counts how many more goals a team has scored versus conceded. Brighton's season has lacked consistent steam, unable to sustain winning streaks. A prime example was their 1-1 home draw against West Ham United last weekend, a result that could have propelled them into the top 6, the coveted top spots that often lead to European competitions, but instead left them flat. And here's where things get really intriguing. Since their victory at Anfield back in 2021, Brighton's record against Liverpool at home has been mixed, 2 draws and 2 losses. But against a Liverpool side that looks shaky and fragile right now, Brighton might see this as their golden ticket to another major Premier League upset. Is this fair play, or is it taking advantage of a team's temporary weakness? Some fans argue it's just football's brutal reality, where any team can exploit mistakes, while others might call it unsportsmanlike. What do you think? Should underdogs like Brighton go all out for the win, even against a struggling giant, or is there a code of honour in the sport? Stay tuned for live commentary as the game unfolds. Will Salah's return be the game-changer, or will Brighton's opportunity turn into a statement victory? Share your predictions, thoughts on Liverpool's struggles, or whether this matchup is underrated in the comments below. Agree, disagree, or have a hot take? Let's discuss.